I'm going to explain 4 emotions that can lead to a condition known as broken heart syndrome. The 4 main emotions that ultimately lead to a broken heart syndrome include the following reasons behind the development of this condition. The primary cause is unreciprocated love. It encompasses various human sensations that arise in such situations. Feelings of loneliness, feelings of abandonment, feelings of worthlessness, feelings of despair initially, feelings of universal sadness, fear, and subsequently excruciating physical pain emerge in the body of an individual. And even the simplest routine actions are difficult for him. In the end, this state, caused by negative emotions of unrequited love, leads to the phenomenon of a broken heart. The second reason for negative emotions is the emergence of negative feelings and emotions in the workplace setting and environment. Research conducted by the Helmholtz Center for Cardiology in Munich has provided evidence that 50% of the population experiences back pain at first, and they spend up to $250 a year. Millions of euros are allocated to alleviate these pains. What are the causes of negative emotions in the workplace environment? Scientists have identified 2 reasons. The initial one is referred to as mobiding. What is this? This is one individual who is being bullied by the entire team of people. The bullying initiates from the boss, and subsequently all other individuals participate. For what purpose? The purpose is to make him quit. Another reason for negative emotions in the workplace is when a person gives their all, even making personal sacrifices, but doesn't receive any verbal support or sympathy. On the contrary, they are disregarded, and that also creates negative emotions. These negative emotions can have a detrimental impact on the individual's well-being and overall job satisfaction, leading to decreased productivity and potentially causing them to seek employment elsewhere. And they commence with back pain for individuals who experience it at work. Then back pain becomes evident, as I previously mentioned, and subsequently unbearable chest pain arises, as I've already stated earlier. This simulates symptom or syndrome, the correct pronunciation, a broken heart, and the third reason for it happening. It primarily takes place in females during the phase of menopause. Menopause is the natural process in which the last menstrual cycle ends and an individual becomes aware that they are no longer able to conceive and bear children. For him, it turns into a negative emotion. Additionally, the entire body is adapting to a new way of functioning. And during this period, even the smallest extra negative influences are sufficient for an individual to experience a broken heart syndrome. What types of influences could these possibly be? It is losing a loved one, it is facing troubles at work, it could also be some financial problems, and most importantly, it is losing friends and the support they provide. The combination of all these factors leads to the emergence of negative emotions, starting with the reappearance of back pain and pain throughout the body, followed by the onset of heart disease attacks. This is what they refer to as a genuine broken heart syndrome. And lastly, the fourth one. Mechanism or condition in which the syndrome, commonly referred to as broken heart syndrome, occurs. On the 4th of October in the year 2004, a devastating earthquake occurred in Japan. And then for the majority of individuals who encountered this earthquake, they developed a condition known as broken heart syndrome. But the Japanese referred to this syndrome as Takotsubo. It experienced a 24-fold increase among the population that survived the earthquake. Now let's discuss the clinic, how all of this manifests. The Takotsubo syndrome gradually shows up, as I mentioned earlier. It starts with back pain, then unbearable pain throughout the body, and then symptoms of shortness of breath, tachycardia, and high blood pressure begin. The man initiates gasping for air, his heart rhythm starts going haywire. These are subjective emotions, but objectively it is an entirely different narrative. He does not have any problems with his coronary vessels or any issues related to them. No changes in the electrocardiogram. However, the X-ray indicates that the left ventricle of the heart is experiencing abnormal contractions. His hair stays like a little ball, only the top part is getting shorter. And here we go. The clinical picture from an objective standpoint provides strong grounds to indicate the presence of a broken heart. In the year 2011, at the request of the World Health Organization, INTERTAC was the name of an international project, short for International Takotsubo Syndrome Research, aimed at studying Takotsubo syndrome on a global scale. It involved 26 clinical institutions specializing in heart diseases from around the world. And already over 1,500 clinical manifestations of the phenomenon of a broken heart have been described. What have they arrived at? Scientists, here is what the doctors, specifically the cardiologists, have found during their research. To alleviate the pain of this broken heart syndrome, medication can only provide temporary relief while undergoing treatment with the medicine. Once they discontinue the administration of the medication, the syndrome promptly reemerges, a heart that is broken. And a large number of scientists say you have to start by getting rid of negative emotions. And when you manage to get rid of negative emotions, the left ventricle's work is restored and everything goes back to normal. So, like the broken heart syndrome is caused by stress-induced factors. Cardiomyopathy, if we speak in scientific terms, what helps in this case? And doctors and scientists lacking knowledge on how to eliminate these negative emotions, except through medication, assert that in this scenario, having supportive friends is extremely beneficial. You have to tough it out and then time will heal those wounds. However, that is not the only thing. Have to shake off the negative vibes. Advice from the professor: it is difficult to shake off negative emotions. You require a group of scientists, a group of clinicians, and specialized technologies for this. So I recommend that you do not allow yourself to reach that state of a broken heart. Please commence by thinking positively, even if you have encountered some setbacks. Positive thoughts initiate the process of self-healing and provide a powerful catalyst for growth and resilience.